Good morning, everybody. I hope I'm not taking you away from the Queen's funeral. We all seem to be watching it this morning. It's been on my mind to do a little video around what's happening at the moment. And first of all, I want to share with you that this week I bought a most beautiful candle from Anthony Whelan and Colette. Look. It's a beautiful candle. They make the candles themselves. They put a lot of energy into them, drumming and everything else. And the smell is fabulous. It's a really beautiful thing that to have in your home. I'm not trying to sell them for them, but I'm really reluctant to burn it because it's so nice. I kind of want to keep it. But anyway, they are lovely. And the smell, if you can smell it here in my house today, it's not too strong, but it's just so nice. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is the way we are being manipulated into being afraid at the moment. And I'm not using this against governments or anything else. This is purely that there's so much talk at the moment about rising costs and money, and people's houses going to be in the dark over the winter and nobody being able to afford anything. And the hype has become so much that it's snowing. It's like it's snowing fear, it's snowing poverty, it's snowing everything that is making everybody anxious about themselves. I've caught myself looking at prices that I normally wouldn't look at and giving out about prices that I normally wouldn't give out about. And it's not that I have lots and lots and lots of money. That's not the case at all. But the point about it is that because we are victims of social media, of TV, of radio, and of each other's, it's like it's a big ball of fear that's coming at us. And as you know, what you focus on becomes a reality. So it is about letting go, if we can, of these fears of what may happen and work towards the abundance that we hold within ourselves. The abundance of life, number one, that we hold, and the abundance. I'm sitting in a house that has too many things in it. I don't know of anyone else that wouldn't want to declutter. I have too much stuff and I'm always giving out about it. But the point about this is we're coming into a time where everybody is making us feel poor, whether we're poor or whether we're not. And we need to protect ourselves and our spirit against this onslaught of bad news, negativity, poverty, economic restraint, whatever you call it. Now, I know if I'm talking to you this morning and you don't have enough food for your child's dinner, that's a different situation. And there are people who genuinely are in that spot today. But and I hope that you get whatever help you can to get you out of this terrible situation. But for the rest of us, it is a mindset. And we need to get into the abundance and generosity mindset so that we don't become victims to the fear and the anxiety and this listening for news. We did it with COVID. We listened for every news. This is not good for us at this moment because we may not have been able to control COVID, but we can control how we feel about things in our hearts and in our minds. And as I say, what you focus on becomes your reality. So when you find yourself hopping into this thing, oh God, what will I do? Look around you. We have too many clothes in our wardrobes. I'd be ashamed to tell you how many shoes I have. We've too many handbags. The guys have too many tools in their sheds. We have an abundance of life. And while we have a breath and somebody to love us, we are wealthy beyond all means. Now normally at this time I'm doing a meditation and I'm thinking, what meditation can I do at this particular minute? And what I thought I would do is perhaps do a little meditation where we let go of all of these fears and let them go from our being for just the next couple of hours. I feel so strongly about this that I'm doing an angel meditation night tomorrow night here in Kildare, just to help people to be positive and to know that our angels and our guides and our people are still around us. So if you would, and if you're interested, I'd ask you just to gently close your eyes and we'll see where our thoughts take us today. So take a nice deep breath and exhale. And another deep breath and exhale. And just one more. And exhale. And now I'd like you to imagine that you're walking along a prom, right beside the beach. It's a nice walkway, it's a nice day. There are people down below you on the beach and they're actually having little picnics and the kids are playing and everything. And there's a set of stone steps that lead down onto this beach. So you start walking down these steps. So see yourself there's about 7 or 8 steps. So you're stepping down step number 1, down onto number 2. Your hand is on the rail, which is quite warm from the sun. Now down to number 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Stepping down to steps number 7. And then you step onto the sand and you take off your shoes because the sand is nice and warm, or your sandals. And you decide to go along and have a little walk along the edge of the surf, just where the sea is trickling in. So you head off to your left, down along this beach, and you're passing the people and the children and the kids with their buckets and spades and mothers with babies and old people snoozing in their deck chairs, the normal thing. You're passing along and the water is kind of coolish on your toes, but it's very pleasant, and you're just walking along the very edge. And after a while you kind of go past where the people are. But you start to realise that on your back there is a really heavy rucksack. Now this rucksack contains your major worry today, whatever is stressing you. It's cutting into your shoulders, the straps of this rucksack is, or backpack, or whatever you call it. It's weighing you down. So, as you're walking along, you decide, I'm going to let go of this heavy backpack or rucksack. And you just shrug it out of your shoulders, and as you do, it falls down onto the sand, taking your biggest worry with it, and just vanishes into the sand. And then you're walking along a little bit further and you realise you're wearing a long coat. And in this coat, there are pockets, there's loads of stones. So these stones are all of the things that are worrying you at the moment. So one by one, take a stone out of your pocket, look at it, identify what it means, and then just throw it away and let the sand take it. You can throw it out into the water, you can throw it either side. So go along and start emptying your pockets of all, I should do this, why didn't I do that? The what-nots, the whatevers, everything that you're carrying today, all the minor, not so great and even big worries that you're carrying and stresses. And one by one, let them leave your pockets. Just throw them away. One by one, they're being absorbed by the sand. One by one, really let them all go. Don't forget anything, because there'll be little tiny ones down in the corners that you don't want to keep either. Letting these stones go one by one by one. Looking at what they mean, let it go. Look at the next one, let it go. Make sure there are no top pockets, because there might be some up there too. So taking your time, throwing away all of your stones, all of your concerns. Now your pockets are empty and you're walking along looking out at the sea. And even the coat feels restrictive. And this coat actually represents other people's opinions of you. So now is the time to shrug off that coat and let that fall into the sand as well. And as you let go of this coat of other people's opinions and other people's ideas and thoughts, you step out feeling so beautiful, so free, so young, so empowered. And you walk along the beach and the wind is blowing your hair a little bit. And even the sun seems brighter. You're walking in total freedom. This lovely soft breeze on your arms or your face or your legs or wherever's bare, and you're walking along. And at last you come to a great big rock. And this rock is near the water's edge. And you decide to sit on this rock and just enjoy the view. And after a while, as you're sitting there looking out, it's as if the sun has made a beam of light towards you. And you notice in this beam of light that there's something very sparkly and very glistening. First of all, you think it's the sun and the water. But then you realise that there's somebody coming to you. And it's a little boat. And in this boat, as it gets nearer and nearer, is an angel. And the angel comes right up beside where the rock is and steps out to you. And puts their two arms with their wings folded completely around you. And they say, we know how hard it is and all of the things you have suffered and all of the challenges you have met. And we are here to honour you for doing all of this. And as these arms and beautiful, soft, feathery wings enfold you, it's as if everything that has ever hurt you, everything that has ever upset you, everything that has ever made you feel less than who you are, vanishes and becomes absorbed in this embrace. And it seems to go on forever, and you think, I could stand here forever. There's such compassion, such forgiveness, you of yourself and you of others in this. And at last, the angel steps back from you. And from her neck, she takes the most beautiful crystal heart. A beautiful, abundant, beautiful, pinky, purpley heart made out of crystal. And she places it around your neck. It's the size of the palm of your hand. And she says, I am leaving you this, so that in times of trouble and in times when you need us and you find it hard to connect, all you need to do is to hold this beautiful heart to your heart. And we will be there to help. And as you stand there holding this beautiful heart that nearly pulsates with love, the angel once more into a little boat and out onto the beam of sunlight. You can't believe this has happened to you of all people. But as she goes, you turn to come back up along the beach. And you tuck the heart inside your top just to keep it safe. And as you're walking along, all traces of your jacket, your stones and your rucksack have gone. And you walk on, still walking with your toes in the water, but striding out now, striding out in power. Past the old people sleeping in their chairs, the children playing, the mothers having sandwiches and chatting, and back to the steps. And now, as you're walking up these steps and putting on your shoes and walking up the steps, with each step upwards, you become more and more empowered. So stepping up, step number 1, feeling brilliant. Step number 2, even better. Step number 3, delighted with yourself. Step number 4, keep on going up to 5, 6 and 7, out onto where the promenade is. And you feel that this is what I needed today. This is what I need to get me through whatever I'm facing in my life at this minute. And now take a nice deep breath and bring your attention back into the room, wherever you are. Feeling the calmness and feeling the power that you and you alone carry today. So I hope this meditation has helped. I didn't know what I was going to say until I started talking. Quite typical with me. I hope it has helped. It will be available on my YouTube channel, Josephine Hearn. If you wish to listen to it, to keep it, please feel free to share this if you know of anybody that it might help. Because this is what I'm here for. I'm here to help. And if it's a thing that you're living around Kildare and you want to pop in to the meditation night tomorrow night, just give me a little call. There's 1 or 2, maybe 3 chairs left because we have a small group. And I'm also on Sunday teaching a psychic development course of cards and angels and mediumship and crystals and pendulums. It'll be a great day on Sunday. And if you'd like information on that, you can give me a shout either. But primarily today, Monday morning, trying to get ourselves in gear to be there for the people that we love for this week. And I hope that you take what I have to offer with all of my heart to your heart. Talk to you soon. Bye.